Okay. Hola a todos, estamos aquí de Americanas Maneras, and today I've got a video for you guys about Spanish tricks to deal with the Spanish summer. If I asked you guys to imagine Spain, you probably wouldn't really think of anything because most Americans don't have too much of an idea of what Spain is like. But if you were to ask a European what they thought of when they think of Spain, it would probably be sun or something along the lines of that, because most of their experience with Spain is coming here for vacation in the summer. And what goes hand in hand with sun is a lot of heat. Now, I'm from Texas, so you can't say that I'm not used to the heat in the summer. So why is it that when I moved to Spain, I felt like it was the hottest summer that I'd ever experienced in my whole life and that I was not going to survive it? The conclusion I've come to regarding that question is that most homes here in Spain don't have central air and heating. You might have one air conditioning unit in one or two rooms of the house, but it's really hard for that unit to cool down the whole house or for that one unit to be running all day long. And it costs a lot of money. Running the air conditioning costs a lot of money. In the United States, my trick to dealing with summer heat would be to go inside and turn on the AC or turn it down a couple of degrees. And here that's really, I run the AC when it's over 100 degrees outside, but it's not something I really rely on, because if I were to run the AC as much as I would in the United States, I'd probably spend half my monthly salary in my electricity bill. Spain has been dealing with the heat since way before air conditioning was ever invented, and they've developed some tricks to help deal with the summer heat without having to break the bank. So I've adopted some of these Spanish tricks to deal with the Spanish heat. Some of the things that I noticed about Spain, I'm not sure if it is actually Spain or if they're things that I've just started to notice as I grow up. So if you think, whatever you think, leave a comment down below. Let me know if it's Spain or if it's like adulthood, because what I notice here is that we really are connected with the seasons and connected with our natural environment way more than I ever was in the United States, like regarding the temperature outside, the weather, the length of day and how much daylight there is. It's just something that I was obviously aware of seasons, in the US, but it really didn't have so much impact on my life, except whether or not I wore a coat or shorts and flip-flops. But here it impacts a lot, and it has a big impact on daily life. So one of the tricks, and trick number one, that Spaniards use to deal with the heat is to adapt their diet to the year and modify what they eat according to the season and what the temperature is like and what kind of fruits and vegetables are in season. So that is something that maybe you guys do in the United States. I never did. My family and then me, when I was living in college with my roommates, I was just like on a steady diet of whatever I wanted in that moment, or whatever we wanted to have as a meal, we would just have it, kind of regardless of the season. Maybe we ate like more soups in the winter and more barbecues in the summer when it was nicer weather. But if I wanted a baked potato, it didn't matter if it was June or December, I would just have a baked potato. I don't know. Here, the diet definitely changes a lot, pretty drastically, from, the summerish seasons, spring and summer, to fall and winter. And in the summer, you get the classics. In the summer, the diet is basically coldish foods to cool off your body, and foods that are not so heavy. They don't provide you with warmth like a stew or like a lentil soup. It's light foods that are easy to digest, that cool you off as they're going inside of you. So two of the most famous ones from here in southern Spain are gazpacho and salmorejo, which are blended up tomatoes with peppers and vinegar and olive oil and salt, and you drink it. Sangria, you don't really drink it. You eat it with a spoon and some other stuff. But, you know, that's really not something that you would eat in the winter time. Gazpacho, salmorejo, picadillo, which is like a fresh little salad of chopped up vegetables. You eat fruits that are in season, like watermelon and melon, which I don't know what it is in English. It's just called melon in Spanish. You got your watermelon and your melon. Peaches are in season. Any type of fresh seafood. I mean, summer seafood. I'm wearing my starfish earrings, so I don't know. That's not a perfect combination. I don't know what is. And just a lot of like cold salads, cold seafood plates and stuff like that. I can't imagine eating like a stew right now, which is something I might do in the US if I turn my AC all the way down. And like, if I want to stew, I'll just stew, man. But here you eat with the seasons, and that goes for all seasons. I could do another video about what we eat when here, and how strict some people can be about what they eat when and what time of day. So that's tip number 1. Back in my library, I had to move because my neighbor is literally sitting on the other side of the wall. I just feel like I'm being eavesdropped on. He can watch the video if he wants to, but you can't listen in while I'm recording. You get stage fright. Okay, tip number 2 for dealing with Spanish summer heat is expert level use of shutters, blinds, and awnings. In the US, we are familiar with these concepts, but I would not say that our level is expert use yet. We don't really use it to mitigate the amount of heat that enters into our homes and businesses. It's more used to kind of adjust the levels of light. Here, in order to deal with the heat, you need to get really good about knowing when to lower and raise the different types of sun protection on your house. I do feel like I kind of live on a pirate ship. All the shutters and blinds that we use are controlled by ropes, so I'm constantly just like raising and lowering different ropes to control what opens and closes according to the movement of the sun. Just a little rundown of my daily routine in the summer, because in the winter I don't really do anything. In the morning I wake up, I lower the blinds because the sun's in the east. I open up the awning because the sun is quickly moving westwards. Around midday, then I have to unfurl the curtain to protect from the afternoon sun and open the sun umbrella, which kind of disperses the direct sunlight entering into my living room. Right after I eat lunch or right before I eat lunch, then I'll lower the window shades in the living room, have my siesta, and after that it's the evening routine. So you have to raise the window blinds, to take back in the awning, close up the curtain, undo the sun umbrella, and not to mention proper opening and closing of the windows. And from dusk to midday, you want the windows open to get that cross ventilation, but then once the sun really starts to heat up the air, you better have all those windows closed so the hot air doesn't get in. I'm not the only one who does this. I think a lot of people use this technique, and if you guys have ever wanted to be pirates and you know that you really can't because it's not a thing, just come to Spain and get an apartment on the top level of an apartment building, because you'll get sun all day. You have to use all of these techniques to help control the sun that enters into your house.
Tienen la cara morena, todos los marineritos, ay Virgencita del Carmen, todos los marineritos tienen la cara morena.
I told you guys that part of my midday routine is lowering down the window blinds in the living room so that I can take my nap in cool, dark silence. Tip number 3 for dealing with the heat is to have a nap. Spaniards are famous and also infamous for their napping habits, but actually it's part of the efficient summertime coping mechanism. Here, because of the time zone that we're in and because of daylight savings time, the hottest part of the day is a little different from the United States. They always tell you to stay out of the sun from 12 to 2 because it's really hot over there. Here, it's about 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock is when, I feel like it's hottest. Maybe not. I don't know. But, so after you eat lunch around 2 o'clock and it's about 105 degrees outside, 3 to 5, you're supposed to be doing, day-to-day errands or maybe actual work for your job. But really, around that time of day is when your fingers start to swell up because it's really hot. You're sweating uncontrollably, your brain just doesn't function, and your computer's probably overheating. So the best thing when you're just at those upper limits is to just call it quits and take a time out from life. Just have your afternoon nap. And those 2 hours of maybe not sleeping, just resting and not doing anything, you have the energy then at the end of the day, once the sun goes down, to do your things that you need to do a little later into the night. So napping in the summer, napping all year long is just ideal in general. Who isn't pro naps? But napping in the summer is really a necessity, at least in my neck of the woods, because you can't. When your fingers start to swell up, you just can't. So.
Tiene la cara morena con la brisa de los mares, ay Virgencita del Carmen, con la brisa de los mares y el salitre de la arena.
Tip number 4 is that Spaniards like and subscribe to this channel to stay up to date on my cultural analyses of them and my culture. Trick number 4 is actually a trick that I didn't know. It's not just a cultural thing or a cultural thing. I'm using the real academic term. This is a trick, not a cultural thing. A lot of houses don't have automatic ice machines here, which is a bummer. You get over it quick, but instead of freezing little ice trays, which is hard because then you kind of don't want to put stuff on top of them, one trick that somebody taught me is to take a bottle, could be plastic, glass doesn't really freeze well, but it could be reusable plastic. You fill it up halfway with water, turn it horizontally, pop it into the freezer, let the ice freeze, and then when you take it out, you open it up, fill it up with room temperature tap water, and you have ice inside of the bottle. You can usually fill up the bottle twice with the same chunk of ice and it'll be good to go. You can take it with you. You can have it if you have guests over, they want cold water. It just blew my mind, and I told my friends who came to visit me last year and they also love this trick, so I had to share it with you guys. Trick number 5. Oh, it's raining. Oh my gosh. See, I'm dressed like this because this past week has been freaking hot. Today is cool down and apparently it's just raining now. There's a saying hasta el 40 de mayo no quites el sayo, which means until the 40th of May it can still rain. Don't take off your raincoat. So I guess technically that's the 9th of June. And yeah, it's actually a really accurate saying. Trick number 5 is kind of like a cultural adaptation. Skincare in the summer is incredibly important, and I think as Americans we are just doing great in the whole preventative summer skincare game. I use sunscreen every day, and all my American friends do, and it's really catching on in Spain now, which is fantastic. Post-sun exposure skincare is also something that we do in the United States. I would always use aloe vera, the big tubs of aloe vera gel. I don't know if everybody does this, but it's also really important to nourish your skin after you've been out in the sun. In Spain, though, I don't typically see rows and rows of aloe vera gel everywhere. They use this cream called after sun cream, right? Which never caught my attention. I really didn't think about it. I went camping on the beach one year with a friend. We had our showers and stuff. We're getting ready for like the evening. She's like, hey girl, you want some after sun? And I was like, what's after sun? And I take it and I open it up. And the smell of after sun just smells soothing. It's like rubbing your body with vitamins in a like milky form, which probably is, it's neither milk nor vitamins in the after sun. After sun has like a creamy texture, but it's like a cold creamy texture. It's like, you know how after you eat something really spicy, not just like hot sauce, but like really spicy, like crawfish spicy. The best way to deal with it is to like drink a glass of milk, right? Well, after sun is like dunking your body in a glass of milk after being exposed to the spicy hot sun. Right? Does that make it clear? If you've never tried after sun and you're like an aloe vera girl or boy, I recommend it just because it's like cold and creamy, sour cream all over your body, but it's not going to give you any type of weird reaction. Aloe vera or after sun, whatever floats your boat, as long as you're taking care of your skin both before sun exposure and after. You know, avoid those wrinkles. Let's stay young forever. Guys, this concludes our video for today. If you're enjoying these videos, like and subscribe. If you're not enjoying these videos, dislike and leave a comment and tell me why not. Oh, I mean, don't tell me why not. That might hurt. Eee. Let me know what tricks you use besides turning on the AC to deal with the heat in the summer. Leave a comment down below with any comment that you might have. Until next time, Americanas Maneras.
Marinero era mi abuelo, marinerito mi padre, marinerito mi hermano y marinero ha de ser al que yo le dé la mano.
When I make a video about something like this, I will always quote and I will always go to where I got my video. I can't come up with something